Hello, how are you? Welcome. It's your boy Captain, aka Captain, aka very anxious guy. Hi. Today we're gonna be talking about something that I wanted to talk about for a little bit, and that is Doechii. You know, very popular individual at the moment, having a lot of success with her hit single Anxiety, which if you haven't heard it, then you're lying because it's been everywhere. Literally on every social media platform, on every short, anything. That song, you can't escape it right now. And good or bad, I don't necessarily like the song, but that's just me. And I've been seeing a lot of hate or criticism of her artistry and how she's been marketed by the label company. And if you're not aware, she is signed to TDE, which is the record label that used to be home to Kendrick Lamar and everybody else inside TDE. Very, very legendary group. And they haven't actually had a star for a while in TDE. Now they've had like breakout people like Schoolboy Q and, most notably Kendrick Lamar. They have Isaiah Rashad. They have a few other people that have done many, 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 many big things in the music community, but haven't had that real star power, you know? And with the loss of Kendrick Lamar, they are frantically looking for that next person to be the big guy. And Doechii has been that person with her success with the album Alligator Bites, which got a Grammy and is doing really well. It's resurfacing and actually doing way, 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 way more numbers than even the initial release, which was in 2019, I believe. It's safe to say that she's trying, or their team is trying to at least make her a very, very, very big artist, of course, which is amazing. But the problem is it feels like there's no real organic growth. Now, what do I mean by this? She currently has a song with the one and only The Weeknd, which, if you're not aware, is probably one of, if not the biggest artist that's out right now and has been out during these decades. And this is a weird look. Of course, you would think, Captain, she had a big song. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. But I look at this like, what? You know what I mean? Let me put this into perspective. Another rapper that has collaborated with Sir Weekend, Sir Abel, was Playboy Cardi, which Playboy Cardi has been one of the biggest rappers in this decade for at least about 6 or 7 years now. And it only just recently took him this long to be able to get a feature from The Weeknd. And Doechii, although has been in the game for a long time, apparently before the album has been dropped, just now started having her big break and already has a feature with The Weeknd, which looks weird. And this is what I want to talk about. Everybody is saying that Doechii is a industry plant, and while her success is kind of shocking, and when you see it, you're all like, "Oh, what is going on?" I don't believe that she's an industry plant, but how the label is marketing her is kind of making it seem like she is. Now, let me explain. She is in a lot of big places. She's at the Met Gala. She's doing shows in big places. She's having a link ups and what's her names and having very suspicious link ups with fans who are apparently, fans of her, even though they're super old or whatever it is. It's strange. We've never seen this before. The only person that I can think of that had this big of a pulverizing look or whatever is somebody like Little Nas X, who, mind you, had one of the biggest songs of all time, multiple different hits throughout those months, and it kind of made a little bit more sense because he was also a very pulverizing character because he was homosexual inside a very, very homophobic group of music enjoyers, because unfortunately rap music just doesn't necessarily like the people who you know like somebody else or whatever. He was pulverizing for many different reasons because of that, and he also did a lot of questionable things like throwing it back on the devil and such like that. You know, Bow. Now let's take Doechii for example. She has only really dropped music and had some very questionable takes about certain people, but nothing that's really pulverizing. Now, there is this one clip that I'll show you that she's been getting a lot of criticism for. Get wet. Move these umbrellas. I don't want these people fucking seeing me. I got it. Move the umbrella. Now, she's getting hot heat off of this because they're saying that she's not treating her staff right. They're in a very stressful time, but it is what it is. Again, a lot of times how she is reacting to a lot of the criticism is a little weird, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. As an artist, we're not necessarily looking at an artist to be one of the beacons of hope or somebody that you necessarily want to look up to. Now, it is weird that she is being thrown into this stardom place without actually having the musical backings. Like I said, her first album has got a Grammy. This is the biggest thing because there's only three women who have ever got album rap best out rap album, and you know it's kind of a big deal. But she also only has one album. There's no next album being talked about right now. There's no conversations about anything else. It's just pushing this single, pushing these little singles to make sure that she has a few more platinum and or big songs under her belt, and then hopefully we're slated to drop an album so we can keep this momentum going. See, the problem is, again, a lot of her controversies is happening without actually talking about her music. Now, I know hate is a great combination to make a hit and or a big album or whatever, but we're just not seeing that from her right now, and I'm questioning on why TDE or her management is not allowing her to drop an album or slating out to drop an EP or something, because again, her last album came out in 2019, 2020, or something like that. It's been a whole 5 years. The anticipation has never been as big as it is right now, and I think it's time. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that she is a industry plant? Do you feel like TDE is dropping the ball when it comes to dealing her career, or do you not care? Again, the Doechii is kind of a very new person, so it's a little interesting to even talk about. So I'm curious to see what her career looks like in the next 4, 5, 6 years, and see if she's gonna be the big look that TDE might need for right now. You know what I mean? Anyways, your boy Captain. See you later. Make sure to sub, like, and all that, and peace out.